I like what he's doing because apparently in the last page of the book, let me see if I can find it on Twitter. He announces that the book will be released in lieu with a album. So Drake book album. I'm gonna show you. Okay, let me see. Now, this is what he put in his book. He said, I made an album to go with the book. They say they missed the old Drake. Girl don't tempt me. And he says, for all the dogs. There's a page that says, for all the dogs with this. This looks like a QR code. I don't know if we could actually scan it. But a lot of people believe he's dropping an album to go with the book. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've heard that Drake was dropping an album before tour. So his tour, I believe, starts next month, which is really soon. However, we haven't seen him necessarily announce it. This does seem like a title for all the dogs, which I don't know. I think Drake might be in a bigger arc of kind of like putting together like, thematic concepts. He had Certified Lover Boy, right? Honestly, never mind. Her Loss. Then now he's on For All the Dogs. This seems like probably a misogynistic, fuck these bitches. Yo, I try to get it right, but these hoes ain't shit type of album, if you ask me. Remember, he went from Certified Lover Boy to Her Loss to Certified Lover Boy to Honestly Nevermind to Her Loss, which seems like a rebounding stage, to For All the Dogs. Look like he's back on his bachelor shit. We obviously love Drake when he's on that type of stuff, even though he usually shows remnants of the fact that it's Drake. So he's always going to be in tune and in love with, and really, he speaks a language of poetic love to women through music. So that's gonna be there, but he gonna have them songs talking about how bitches ain't shit, which I think we appreciate those too. I've heard that he's gonna drop it before this new tour is going on. However, Lil Uzi Vert drops tonight. I don't think he's dropping tonight. I think the book is out tomorrow, or I don't know, it's out around this time. He's not dropping it this week, if you ask me. If you ask me if Drake's gonna drop this project, right, it's gonna be dropped next week, the 7th. If we do a quick Google search, Drake tour, we'll realize the tour starts next week, Wednesday, in Chicago. So it starts next week, Wednesday in Chicago, which means he could drop it Friday, the 7th. Now, truth be told, when an artist goes on tour, they usually go on tour trying to, catch people up with their past work. And I think Drake has had a lot of music put out since a tour. I don't know if it's actually the best time to drop an album for him. Now, if Drake does drop an album in the next month or so, I'm going to tell you this. I don't think we'll ever hear Drake say this, but Drake is dropping music faster now than ever because he's running through these obligations for Republic Records. He got reportedly $500 to $600 million for a few projects. From what I'm hearing, it may have been 4 or 5. Now, usually 4 or 5 means 5 years. But if Drake drops Her Loss last like September or whatever it was, right? Right? Sometime then. He dropped Honestly Nevermind earlier that year, and CLB came the year before. He's dropped literally 3 albums in about 20 months. That's like NBA Youngboy. Now, obviously, Youngboy does way more, but still, we all know he got his business right. He might be dropping as such so quick to recoup this entire album and to get another contract to the sort. If Drake drops again, he's going to do phenomenal numbers. I still think he's going to do. Let me see what I would say Drake would do. Now, Drake's still doing. He's doing $500,000. Drake's doing $500,000. Toxic album, he about to be talking that shit on it. People love when Drake just be on some bitches ain't shit. Yeah. What does that mean? Drake could possibly finish up and re-up on a new contract by 2024 going into 2025. Imagine making $600 million just through your record contracts by just dropping a little bit more frequently. Because these days, these record labels, they're not expecting you to drop an album per every 2 years. With streaming, they know if your shit's good, it's going to last. They're becoming more flexible to say, hey, like even for Youngboy has to wait 6 months. They used to say a year. He has to wait 6 months before the next one counts. You know what I mean? Usually labels want the longest amount of time to work a project. So they used to be like, you can't drop, or we won't count it as an album unless it's a year and a half after you dropped your last one. That's why Youngboy dropped so many projects with Atlantic. It's like, all right, cool, drop 8 projects in a year, my nigga, but it's in our contract where you're only gonna get sponsored for one. So I think I think Drake, who from what I hear has like the best contract in music. He has the most leverage. Lucian is giving him whatever he wants. He got the bag. He has the flexibility. There's no oversight. People that looks at his music, he turns it in directly. Could be day off, and it's gonna come out. It's Drake. It is what it is. Thank you guys for some of the cheers. I don't know if you guys are trying to tell me something. I can't really see the chat right now. Hold on. But yeah, so I definitely think Drake is dropping an album, but I do think he's doing it because of the pace he's on. I don't think he's doing it just out of artistic expression. He's trying to get through this fucking contract, get another big one. By the way, I've told you, I think Drake is the only artist that's made over $1 billion off of music while being active in music. You know what I mean? King Buck 360, thank you for the bits. He says, can you do a streaming party? I will be doing a streaming party tonight, but it's for Uzi. We haven't heard anything from Drake that he's dropping, and I don't think Drake's next project he's gonna announce the same day. So I don't think he's dropping today. And also I think he has respect for Uzi. Maybe he drops next week or the week after, and I think he'll tell us on like a Tuesday or a Monday. Hey, this Friday I'm dropping this shit. Everybody tune into Sound 42 or some shit like that. So I think it's gonna be good. Honestly, I think Drake is on a roll right now. This nigga not missing. Love him or hate him, he's him. All right? Okay, cool. Let me move on to, let's see what else we ain't talk about. Should talk about Zion and Mariah. We ain't talk about that. We got to talk about the Islands boy kissing. Okay, we'll get to that. Let me tap in with the YNW Melly case real quick because I know some people are here just to see that. And they're like, yo, why do you keep talking about everybody else but YNW Melly?